Hello, I'm attorney Lee Marvin at Marvin Law Office, and today I want to give you 4 updates with immigration. The first update is a proposal for increasing filing fees for naturalization, green card-based processes for families, deferred action renewals, and asylum. The government is planning on increasing the filing fees for naturalization, an increase of 80%, 80%, 56% for family-based green cards, and 65% for green or deferred action renewals. So that's going to go from $495 to $765 for DACA renewals. And for the first time ever, actually charging a filing fee for asylum applicants. This is a proposed increase right now. It hasn't been approved, but I suspect that it will go through. Second update relates to phone searches of individuals entering the United States. On November 12th, a federal judge ruled that Border Patrol agents no longer have complete authority to review digital content in people's electronic devices unless they suspect that individual of committing a crime. So the standard is pretty low, but it is a standard. People inside the United States, to be subject to a search warrant, you basically, a judge would have to determine that there is a reasonable suspicion that somebody has committed a crime. And that's a much higher standard than it is at the border. But again, at least there's a standard now. The third update is the asylum impact of having an agreement with the Northern Triangle countries for refugee purposes. Essentially, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador make up the Northern Triangle. And now the United States has an agreement with all those countries to accept refugees to be processed within their countries for those who have come to the southern border of the United States. So it's not just Mexico anymore, it's Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala as well. So the point of this is to try to reduce the amount of burden on Mexico and the United States for the huge numbers of people seeking asylum. Many immigration advocates say that this is a serious problem because the individuals seeking asylum are those who are leaving the exact same problems that are across all these countries. So somebody leaving from Guatemala because they have problems with the gangs and the drug trade now might be processed in El Salvador, who has the exact same problem. So this is an agreement that currently exists with all these countries, and it is being implemented. So we will see what ends up happening, but this is definitely a huge blow to people who are seeking asylum in the United States, that they probably won't be able to stay in the United States for their asylum claims. The fourth update relates to asylum and work authorization. On November 13th, the government announced a proposed rule to basically invalidate refugee or asylum requests in the United States if that individual or family did not go through the proper port of entry to get into the United States. So illegal entries no longer will be eligible for work authorization. The government's stated purpose for this is to eliminate the fake asylum claims that people have when they're really coming here for work authorization purposes. The other major change in this proposed rule is to limit or actually increase the amount of time a refugee has to be in the United States before they actually qualify for work authorization. It used to be 30 days, then it increased to 5 months. They're proposing it's going to be 1 year. So you have to be in the United States, go through a legal port of entry, the clock starts, and 1 year later, you're able to get work authorization. Again, the administration argument is that people are coming here for asylum for work purposes. So if they're not able to work for a year or more, then maybe they won't be seeking asylum any longer. The public comment period is open until January 13th of 2020 for this proposed rule. So we will see what happens. And I will keep you updated. So please follow us on YouTube and Facebook for updates about this and many other types of immigration updates. Thank you and have a very nice day.